Hello, and thank you for joining me today for American Military University's Adaptive Management Symposium, hosted by the Faculty of Environmental Management. My name is Dustin Kane, and today I will be discussing the need for ground squirrel management in Southwest Idaho. Ground squirrels are an abundant species throughout Idaho. They support the ecosystem they live in and are subject to human population interference, such as target shooting and poisoning due to undesirable effects on private land. So having a conflict with the human population, but also serving a niche role, I propose an adaptive management plan be implemented for the ground squirrels of Southwest Idaho. Today I will discuss the project within the Southwest Idaho, highlighted areas of interest to include Mountain Home Air Force Base, and the Morley Nelson Snake River Birds of Prey National Conservation Area. Then I will present the common species of ground squirrels within the project area, and discuss management of keystone species. Finally, I will briefly identify common stakeholders in this plan, and any known concerns at this time. The project area will affect Elmore County, located in southwestern Idaho, just south of Boise, Idaho. Specifically, the area of interest will include land north and northeast of the Snake River and west-southwest of Interstate 84, as indicated by this map here. Within this area, several locations must be considered. The first is the town of Mountain Home itself. With an area of 16.5 square kilometers and a population of 14,447, it contains the highest density of human population within the project area. The second area with a dense human population is the Mountain Home Air Force Base. Although the total controlled area is around 26 square kilometers, the population is only around 3,000, with a workforce around 8,000. Finally, the largest impact area is the Morley Nelson Snake River Birds of Prey National Conservation Area, with an area total of around 1,900 square kilometers. Mountain Home Air Force Base is home to the F-15 Eagle, a combat fighter jet that supports strategic engagement in multiple theaters of operations. The base is located 10 miles southwest of Mountain Home and 52 miles south of Boise, Idaho. The base falls under Air Combat Command and serves as a host to the Singaporean Air Force. With the vast, open range surrounding the base, extensive training operations occur almost daily. Mountain Home Air Force Base officials are continuously engaged with members of the Bureau of Land Management, local tribal leaders, and various state and local officials. This must be considered within the plan. Some of the common wildlife on the base include numerous species of birds such as hawks, magpies, sandpipers, and the state-sensitive long-billed curlew, as well as coyotes and the Piute Ground Squirrel. Just outside the base boundary lies the Morley Nelson Snake River Birds of Prey National Conservation Area. It spans a massive 484,000 acres and can be located west to the Interstate of 84 to the Snake River, south of Boise, and north of Glen Ferry. Much like the surrounding area, the NCA is sagebrush ecosystem that backs up to a main watershed. This particular ecosystem supports roughly 15 various species and roughly 700 pairs of raptors, making it the largest concentration of nesting birds of prey in North America and potentially the world. It is managed by the Bureau of Land Management and as such is open to public land use. Current use includes fishing, sport and target shooting, ATV riding, and of course, bird watching. With the vast, open, dry plains and constant rolling tumbleweeds across the road, one might expect to find a black-tailed or Gunnison prairie dog. But in fact, Idaho Fish and Game have no known record of either species in the area, something the Air Force Base should correct on their environmental assessment. There are, however, several other members of the Scudidae family. Out of the 62 species of ground squirrels, 10 can be found in Idaho, with 3 common to the southwest. The Piute ground squirrel, which is the primary species of this management plan, the Belding ground squirrel, and the white-tailed antelope squirrel. Ground squirrels are considered a keystone species in the area for several reasons. The first being they cause natural and positive soil disruption and aid in reintroducing nutrients. Furthermore, their burrowing habits are used by several other species such as the burrowing owl, snakes, rabbits, and badgers. For the area of interest, they are also a primary food resource for the mass concentration of birds of prey. Their current conservation status in Idaho is S4, which indicates a stable but potentially sensitive population. Globally, they are considered uncommon, but not rare, and although apparently secure, have some cause for long-term concern. However, due to human presence, the ground squirrel does pose certain issues, the first being private landscape destruction. Many yards and gardens are destroyed by the burrows, a costly occurrence, especially for those residing on base. Furthermore, they are known to be carriers of leptospirosis and the bubonic plague, both zoonotic diseases that threaten humans, pets, and military working dogs. Adaptive management plans must maintain constant consideration that keystone species are pivotal for ecosystem health, and changes in density and distribution may have negative or positive effects on the system depending on change. One must identify relationships within the ecosystem and create effective monitoring that highlights orders of effects. The primary concept within this adaptive management plan is to identify which model, removal, conservation, or relocation, is best suited for each area. It will also be important to note that a sample of one model may not properly reflect mass implementation across the project area. Finally, I wanted to identify the known stakeholders and policy concerns, as they are the primary elements of adaptive management. These easily identifiable stakeholders in this project area are the public, with primary concerns being their private land, the health of the public land, and public health. Next is the military, with primary concerns of safety, preservation of training sites, and ability to implement an upcoming and vital water plan. Finally, the BLM land managers must be engaged to ensure the health of the public land with consideration of public health concerns and military access to training sites. As we can see, stakeholders can hold both similar and different interests concurrently. In summary, due to its role as a keystone species within the ecosystem, the subjection to human population, and the unique sensitive areas it is found, the Piute Ground Squirrel is an excellent candidate for an adaptive management plan. Thank you for your time and consideration.